Hi, I'm Megan Moon and I am completing the Module 2 Common Core discussion assignment video. And so one of the things I want to start talking about is when I first was introduced to Common Core. I started college in the fall of 2010 and I graduated in December of 2013. And throughout my whole time, I went to a small college in Oklahoma. Throughout the whole time that I was there, Common Core was implemented. We didn't use any state standards, we used just Common Core standards. And so I'm very familiar with how Common Core is used. And so upon graduation, I took my first job as a fourth grade teacher in Oklahoma, and we used Common Core throughout that whole year. It was implemented then, and it was called Common Core at the time. Upon completion of that job in Oklahoma, I moved back to Missouri, closer to home. And as I taught second grade, we used Common Core, except for Missouri had a different name for it just based on the Missouri state standards. And then currently I teach in the state of Kansas as a junior high science teacher, and this year we have used the College Career Readiness C3 standards, which are the same thing as Common Core. And then next year my district is trying to make strides to move more towards the next generation science standards. And so currently my district is making strides to implement. They began the implementation process. All disciplines are supposed to be using Common Core. However, that just changes on some of the teachers who are stuck in their old ways of what they're going to teach. And so currently the ones that I know that are really diving in deep are obviously going to be math, ELA, science, social studies. So currently my administration focuses on the proof to show accreditation. So we are up for accreditation this year, and they are using the Common Core standards to show proof, meaning that they are using Common Core standards to show the proof of the student growth measures through learning targets. And with those learning targets, we are moving away from knowledge and understanding and more to analysis, evaluation, and synthesis. And so ways that as a future administrator that I would use different strategies to make sure that my teachers are integrating these standards are to make informal observations in their classroom, making sure that they have standards, learning targets, objectives posted so that I can make sure that they are on the same track that we are requiring. But also one thing that my current district lacks that I would really like to see as a future administrator would be curriculum meetings, so that if everybody met and was on the same page, that there was a district alignment of the standards. So if a sixth grade teacher is covering the exact same standards of an eighth grade teacher, we're just overlapping instead of helping students to progress further in their knowledge. And so if there was some sort of curriculum mapping where we could all sit down and make sure that there was an alignment, I would prefer those strategies. Not only as an administrator, should we be able to model and show different models to implement, but also you have to take it a step further to implement those strategies, kind of have, quote unquote, your game plan for what you're going to do. And so with that, that's truly how I feel about Common Core. And one of the things that I would like to wrap this up with is that students usually have to pull from their knowledge bank and their previous understanding. And so sometimes Common Core kind of gets a bad rep because it is making students dive into application and making sure that they're being able to apply, moving from learning to understanding. And so with that, it requires them to have more than just a basic understanding. They have to be able to thoroughly think and be involved. And so as an educator currently and a future administrator, I believe that the more in depth that we can get in education, the better off we'll be as a society. So thank you.